Alright. We're just at the groundbreaker. I dropped off receptionist Kelly. She just sort of disappeared off the ship when I got here. I've also spent a bit of time cleaning up my inventory, modifying a few things, and selling off all that junk I have, so I've got a little less crap in my inventory. I've stored a bunch of weapons away as well. But, anywho, it's time to head back to Gorgon and continue on. Experiment Perilous. We're going to Gorgon landing pad. And we're going to finally get into... Thank you, Ada. We're now going to get into the places that we've just unlocked by talking to those people. So I've got the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry and Auditing. I've also got to find the phonographs in each area. So... let's head down to the surface and just check, based on the map, where everything is. Ellie and Felix. We're gonna go with the old team.
I don't know what kind of mess Spacer's Choice made here, but it figures they'd leave it to someone else to clean up.
I don't know if we're strictly speaking cleaning anything up. We're just sort of butting in more than anything else. We've got a way at least up there now. Now, right, where am I going? There's a place. So there's the Sprat Shack. But I've got to get not... well, I can't get it through here. I've got to get above to get across here over these walkways. Because there's like an upper section. Is Human Inquiry and Auditing closer? Journal. Yeah, this looks like the... I'm going to go to HIA first. It's just nearby. It's just up there. Okay. Oh, you got ammo on you. And an Adreno. I don't know why I missed you before, if I did. Alright, we should probably armor up when we get to the doorway, though I think I've cleared out the bad guys at the top there. They were fun. Should be doing a lot better. I've also repaired. This rifle was at like 20% condition. I've now repaired that back up. So that might have been causing a few problems. We really should armor up now, shouldn't we? I'm going to forget to do that. And I'm going to keep my shock cannon in case we come across a lot of robots, which we very well might do. Alright. They're back. They've respawned. I should have expected as much. I'm wearing the lovely gold armor. Ellie, you are wearing... I've forgotten. I think you're genuinely wearing MSI armor, aren't you? But... I think Felix needs the Elite Troop armor gold. And I'll give Ellie the... what did I give you? The Elite Troop Armor Regular, which apparently... well, it gets bumped up a bit higher because of their skills. So you're up to 102 armor, plus your helmet, which is pretty good. By the way, I've also got this new weapon, the Employee's Benefits, which... not entirely sure about. It apparently is supposed to keep employees on their feet. I can't imagine what effect it would have. All these science weapons are all very good, but, you know, nothing quite beats shooting someone in the face with a sniper rifle.
We're about to ruin your day.
So it went a lot better than last time. Oh, yes.
Time for a drink?
Very nicely done. Yeah, last time I died and got pretty badly beaten up. This time, with a little bit of extra armor and a little bit of... Yeah, and significantly better weapons. Absolute cakewalk. Alright. Let us enter human inquiry and auditing. I like that sting. Alright. Vending machine discovered. Corporate recruits. Just gonna poke around a little bit. In case there are any keycards. We have... what was the optional one in that? Optional, get inside the observation room, which can be accessed through a door in the test chambers. I think that's how we shut down some of the security. So I'll probably go to the observation room first. Doo-doo.
It only stinks real bad.
Whatever it is, we're up to our ankles in it.
Or I'm gonna find out. I think this might be the... Hang on, I want this. I want this pocket watch. Can't have it. Yeah, I think we might be in the garbage chute.
Welcome to Human Inquiry and Auditing, the Spacer's Choice Facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater.
Well, that's not a little bit creepy, Dr. Blakesley.
The brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
Okay, that was a radio
Don't
transmission.
know how we work, Captain.
Uh-huh. I never walked softly in my life. I ain't about to start now.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so, okay, the savage test subjects and the hysterical test subject over here presumably are going to be unhappy at us. Do we just put... I'm just gonna put them down.
Let's take him down! I'm bleeding!
Oh. You'll be alright. Sorry about that. Don't let them get close.
Here we go.
The problem with that gun you've got there, Ellie, is that when you shoot them, I can't see them to shoot them myself with my rifle. Maybe I should use my assault rifle for the time being. Gyro sight. Okay. Dark matter bar? I don't know. Is there going to be a way to play this little video? I'd like to see the orientation video they've got planned for everyone. Okay, we got a terminal. Let's see. Volunteer induction. Please select from the following options: incoming messages or outgoing messages. Okay, start with incoming. From Blakesley to subject safety protocols. So, in order to minimize damage to company property and/or personnel, please observe the following guidelines during the volunteer induction process. 1. Do not touch and/or handle test subjects. Please defer to security personnel. 2. Avoid using inflammatory phrases or terms such as untested chemicals, consider patented Spacer's Choice formula. Test subjects, consider valued volunteer. And cells, consider living quarters. 3. Remind subjects that compliance is one of the requirements of their contract with Spacer's Choice. 4. Do not interrupt Spacer's Choice communications and/or marketing while directing volunteers. Architect's balls, is that all of the guidelines? Look, these people are coming here from Tartarus. Don't let your guard down, don't get friendly, and don't get close. If everyone does their job right, these volunteers will leave this facility as free and upstanding citizens. Did you actually believe that? I find that almost difficult to believe. From Blakesley. In light of certain recent developments, our friends at OCI have generously provided us with advice and guidelines intended to ensure the best possible outcomes for our research here at a Human Inquiry and Auditing. To that end, we will establish new testing parameters and volunteer preparation guidelines effective immediately. These guidelines will be provided to you at your stations. I really would like to congratulate you all on what you've achieved so far. Keep your heads down and your minds focused on the work, and the rest will come easy. If you have any concerns, kindly forward them to my assistant, Benjamin Morley. Dr. Marion Blakesley, Testing Supervisor, Space's Choice Pharmaceuticals, Human Inquiry and Auditing. And from Morley, who is the assistant, regarding the question. Every volunteer means just that, Miss Sonoda. We are entering a vital phase of the testing process, and that means every volunteer participates in the trials. It is all the more critical that we maintain careful records of the dosages involved, of course. We're counting on you for that. Okay, well, let's see what that meant by checking the outgoing messages. No, it doesn't seem to be in there. But Sonoda messaged Weaver regarding some help. Weaver, have you seen my office keycard? If this is one of your little tests, it's not funny. Security is already at full burn. They're going to lose their bolts if they catch me taking the long way around to the faculty areas. Please tell me it's sitting on your desk or something. Callie Sonoda, volunteer handler. Yeah, well, you know. We know what. Like, I know... Oh, wow. I guess I'll grab that. We know what Blakesley was working on. It's not like it's a secret. Anymore. They were, you know, testing drugs on prisoners. Unwilling, presumably, you know, volunteers. That's always the thing. Always the way. But, you know, they're using prisoners as guinea pigs. Clearly the person, talking to us, who I suspect is Olivia Ambrose, isn't, like, regrets it? But she didn't seem to at the time.
Volunteer quarters? I've slept in cargo holds nicer than this.
Yeah. The Unreliable is nicer than this.
I've seen cysty pigs with better living arrangements.
Uh-huh. You just getting that now? Well, at least they've got beds. I mean, that's actually look like quite comfortable beds, to be fair. But, you know. I mean, Auschwitz had a swimming pool, didn't it? Didn't make a difference to the million slaughtered innocents, and it won't make a difference to have comfortable living quarters for these guys.
Volunteers, this office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, sharing, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work in a real office.
At a real office.
Compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is safety and conscience.
Oh, hello. I wonder how much their association with their contracts is really going to affect their behavior.
Let's show him. Don't mess with us.
We got another one.
Here they come!
Here we go. Ow, 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 ow. Oof. Careful. Oh, someone's gonna get... I think I'm gonna lose. Back off. Let them get up. That gas was expected. The way they run at you is quite worrying. Okay. Adrenos, everyone's fine. I'm gonna use an Adreno because that'll heal up my companions as well. Okay, I do have to worry about some robots, so bringing that shock cannon along wasn't necessarily a waste of time. Right. So this is where they're practicing to be, you know, contributing members of society. Leaded Mark II armor. This is where they're preparing for the real world. Okay. Don't know why I picked up that Adreno time. I can't hack into this, but I can use the terminal, and I can enter the testing supervisor's passcode that Blakesley gave me to open this door and get to maintenance access.
This must be where they did their experiments. Watch their prisoners claw their eyes out and go screaming mad. Probably took notes.
I think taking notes was the idea. In fairness to Law, I mean, he was a douche balloon, but at least he was testing on animals. On primals, wasn't he?
Welcome, volunteers. Here you will be demonstrating key life skills in a simulated working environment. As in any work environment, inattentiveness can have disastrous consequences.
I'm just double checking there's nothing.
This will negatively impact your chances of completing the volunteer program.
Okay, it's just probably a shortcut. Alright. Thought there might be a terminal or something to shut stuff down. Maintenance access seems to be through this... Well, I'm not going to say it's a morgue.
Deep breath, Felix. You're about to see something real twisted.
We've seen a lot of very twisted stuff. I mean, that test subject we killed on wherever it was pretty messed up. Remember the retirement place below Byzantium? Were you there for that? That was about the most fucked. I think that might be more fucked up than this. Just leading the paws to their slaughterhouses was pretty miserable. At least they're trying to do science, I mean, in theory. But, you know, as I say, so was Dr. Mengele. Not really.
Let's get out of here, boss. We've seen enough.
Oof.
I'm washing my memory out with a bottle of Spectrum Red once we're back on the ship.
Uh-huh. We can't leave, Felix. We've got to keep going. Do you want to leave? I can send you back to the ship. Okay. Oh, that's people cubes. Why are they turning people into cubes? Is that intentional? They're wallying people. Okay. Welcome Zaro W. Messages. Incoming. Rebet. I don't want to play anymore. Let's just do our jobs, okay? From Victoria Sandoval. Reset and disposal. Department technician. I think this is where they got rid of their test subjects. This week's bet. Alright, my 10 bits are on 52F. You know, I know what you're thinking. He's so skinny, that's gotta be bad odds. But I'm a gambling man, Victoria. I've got an eye for this now. What do you think? Gambling on what? Notice anything? No, I'm not talking about the test subjects, Vicky. I'm talking about the numbers. I've been keeping track of how many bodies we process every day and every week, and the number fluctuates, but it's never too much. 1 and 3 and 2 and 5, 1 and 1 and 2, and then 10. Just look at the chart I left on your desk. You can see for yourself that there's a pattern. You see it, right? Okay, processed bodies. That's, Oh, this was here. Quick way out.
My name is Dr. Marion Blakeslee, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important activity.
Yeah, alright, so turning people into cubes
Don't know that as of today.
might be more unpleasant than anything we've come across so far.
Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries.
Okay, we've reached the administration level. We can override authorization. Just prep that. We'll have a look out here first. Well, I think up here may be the transmission tower to transmit the signal, or stop transmitting the signal, or whatever it wants me to do. 96 out of 150. I'm not getting in there. I just saw the dead robots and thought I might need my shock cannon. From user Morley, we can bring up the deleted messages. From Blakesley, subject read me. If you receive any communications from Dr. Ambrose, ignore them. Also notify me at once. And don't piss yourself worrying, it won't come up in your assessments. And this is read at once. Morley, no word from OCI. We'll keep going as we are. Say something to the staff. Break out that prepared list of statements I gave you. Suggest number 4. Remember to smile. I'm heading down to oversee today's testing personally. Make sure I'm not disturbed. Okay. Read incoming messages from Ruan, subject concerns. From Ruan regarding concerns. I feel like I'm reading this in the wrong order. I gotta read the... Oh, there's archive messages. Then there's outgoing messages. See, I feel like I'm missing some information here, but okay. Let's read the concerns then. I should be reading the first... I don't know where the first one is. Anyway. This isn't about a few volunteers, Morley. Most of the test group SC-22A is already gone. Subject 17 is non-verbal. But we've had some luck in using small amounts of compound to coax him into the testing rooms. To be honest, some of the staff are starting to worry me too. It's not just that ghoul in disposal either. Weaver's convinced that the compound is getting into the ventilation system somehow. I've caught her scrubbing her hands raw at the washing stations. I've tried reciting our safety protocols to her, but it hasn't seemed to help. I'm starting to think she might not be wrong. Angus Ruan, testing associate. From Blakesley, subject condolence letters. Morley, pick out two of the deceased test subjects and whip up condolence letters. Something saccharine and noble. Feel free to invent next of kin if there are none on record. Use the cheap paper. Leave the letters on my desk, I'll dispose of them shortly. What? What is even the point of that? Okay, maybe I should have shot Blakesley. In fairness, everyone in this frickin' system does human testing. It's like... It's hardly a personal thing. Alright. All personnel from Morley, subject termination notice. This is a notice to inform all HIA staff that testing associate Angus Ruan is no longer a Spacer's Choice Pharmaceuticals employee, effective immediately. As valued members of the Spacer's Choice family, I trust that you will all pull together to shoulder Mr. Ruan's responsibilities in his place. And subject incident report. Dr. Blakesley, the missing tech subject has been found and apprehended. Apparently he got into the testing department where he remained. I'm afraid nobody noticed for several hours. Hennessy had him doing paperwork. I think it's clear at this point that subject SC44B-12 didn't get out on his own. As far as we can tell, he didn't have much of an escape plan. The door was simply unlocked for a short period of time during the night. In the meantime, I've made it clear to the security forces that no further breaches will be tolerated. Benjamin Morley, Assistant Auditor. And the archive messages. Delete this. Okay. From Blakesley to Mosley. Clarence, the latest results are in. As you hoped, you'll find that the violent cases now account for a smaller overall percentage of the testing pool. I expect that will change in about 2 or 3 weeks, so you better get that report out to Goodfellow in a hurry. In the meantime, dosing all of the test subjects means that HIA is now in the business of generating aggressive psychotics. So if you could make 2 minutes out of your fundamentally pointless existence to somehow make it clear to Goodfellow that I need an update on those resources I requested, as a matter of additional security, increased oversight at CAM, or any kind of explanation for what the fuck. They don't know why it's causing it, though. That's the fundamental fact of it. They literally... No, not particularly. Yeah. Okay.
Are we being stalked? Is that what's going on? Because I don't mind having secret admirers and all, but this is getting a little creepy.
Can we punch this asshole in the face, Captain? Eventually?
Once we get a clear idea of who they are. And I don't think we're being stalked. I think what we're technically being is tailed. I think when it's intentional, when it's simultaneously intentional and malicious, it's a tail. Is this for the thing? Is this for...
Yeah, there you are. Is this... It's off, right? I don't understand these contraptions.
Dr. Blakesley, ma'am, I've come to say that it's time. I'm gonna do it.
Do what?
I'm gonna try for one of the shuttles.
You little shit. You've lost your mind.
If I can just make it to the landing pad, I'll be free.
Be reasonable, Morley. The project is almost over. We'll be out of here by October.
Ma'am, it's January. You're recording, by the way.
Damn it!
Blakesley was not tech savvy either. Now, actually, I've got to check that, speaking of. There'll be somewhere in here. Let's just check this and then we'll look into that. Use the terminal. We'll read messages, of course. Okay. I'm going to also switch over to my... which one increases stealth skills? That should give me 100 hack. Return to root, messages. Let's get the deleted messages back. From Ambrose, subject condolences. Cancel all the letters. If they've been hand-delivered, send someone to retrieve them. Secrecy trumps sentiment. Don't ever let me do anything so indulgent again. Okay, from Ambrose to Marion Blakesley. I see now why you've held back your reports. Strangulation, attempted disemboweling, blunt force trauma in the head with a bedpan. It's not just that volunteer deaths are up, but the ways in which they are dying are appalling. This is unconscionable, an unmitigated disaster. Cease administration of the compound immediately. I'll take this to our liaison, Lucien. Surely when I show him these results, he'll understand that we can't take this product to market as it currently stands. Okay, so Ambrose ordered the condolence messages and then objected to the product. From Blakesley to Mosley. Clarence, the test results are in. As you hoped, you'll find that the violence cases now account for a smaller overall percentage of the testing pool. I expect that will change in a few weeks. And how do I delete this message? Oh, she sent it. Unlike Lowe, I think that's what he was referring to. She sent a vent message. Okay. Let's go with incoming, I suppose. From Ambrose, subject frequency of testing updates. Marion, it's been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are the reports from HIA? Deliver them to me by the end of the day, or deliver me your letter of resignation. I'm done asking. In the future, you will send me bi-weekly reports of HIA's status. These reports will include an inventory of the test subjects, which version of the Gorgon compound they have been administered, and how frequently these administrations have occurred, and who's been administering them. To these reports you will append a mortality record. The record will include an accounting of the burn-down rate of our current stock of volunteers and compound ampules. In addition to a thorough analysis of their injuries, I want to see charts, Mari. Big fucking charts with lots of precious little numbers. Before you ask, bi-weekly means twice a week. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean. Ollie. Okay, this is her asking for the condolences. Marion, personalize and forward the following note to the families of the deceased volunteers. Take carbon copies and send those on to Lucien at the usual address. Make certain he gets every single one. Dear Name, it is with regret that I write to inform you of the death of your relation, Name. They died peacefully attended by their fellows. Please accept our sympathies in this difficult time. Though it may offer you little comfort, know that your relation died in service of a better, more productive Halcyon. In accordance with the agreement Name signed with Tartarus Corrections, a division of the United Defense Logistics, their term of incarceration is now considered complete. Lovely. And outgoing messages. To Goodfellow, subject the latest results. Subject regarding the latest results. Goodfellow, yes, many of the subjects still exhibited increased energy levels and compliance, the same euphoric response, but they inevitably crash. Testing clearly suggests that Chem's Compound X has extreme and irreversible effects when administered repeatedly over a long period of time. Several volunteers of the old SC-02 group are barely verbal. When they do speak, it's to beg for more of the compound. I'm finding it hard to shine that up for you, Lawrence. So good you'll beg for more? Don't you dare use that. If we could dilute the compound or ease the schedule, we could mitigate some of the addictive effects. Weaning some of the earlier test subjects off the compound might buy us some time until Chem refines the formula. I need time, Lawrence. But he wasn't going to get it, or she wasn't going to get it. He wasn't going to give it. To Marley, subject testing reports. I need you to compile some of the test results from the last month. Pull a subset from the reports we forwarded to OCI if you like, so long as there are charts. Make sure the worst of the mortality reports are up front, will you? Plakesley was trying to give them proper information, but I don't think management was listening. Also, geez, aren't the birds talkative today. To testing labs, subject the testing group SC82. At the behest of the Office of Creative Incubation, we are applying varying amounts of unknown solutions to test subjects that are already mid-treatment. What organizational schema do you imagine would miraculously restore scientific rigor to this process? Stick to the current system. And the condolence letters? Something saccharine and noble. Yeah. This is for Ambrose. Okay, and the archived messages. From Blakesley to Bancroft L. Lucien, I am leaving this message to inform you of my resignation from the position of testing supervisor at Spacer's Choice Pharmaceuticals, effective immediately. I won't be returning to headquarters, and I won't bother chasing that tracking signal unless you want to give the boys and girls in human resources some exercise. I'll warn you once, don't try to find me. So she left to the groundbreaker to hide there for years, and I was the only one able to find her because of mostly. After, presumably, she just got completely disenchanted with this entire idea. I think she did actually believe in the outcome, but it was clear they weren't going to let her get to that. Alright. Let's read the Synthesis and Manufacturing Center status. Executive lockdown must be written at Chem Lab and Human Inquiry and Auditing. Well, we can override it here to start with. And we can recheck the status, and we just need to go to the Chem Lab.
Look, I've seen some messy operating tables, but this is a first, and hopefully a last.
What they did here was inexcusable.
And pointless. What I'm stuck on is this. Spacer's Choice knew what Adrena Time would do, and they released it anyway.
Somehow this doesn't surprise me, though.
If only their handguns were as deadly. I just wonder if that heiress isn't gonna collapse on her fainting couch when she gets that journal, whatever it holds.
But I guarantee she has one. Well, she better be paying a lot, then. You're right, Felix. You seem the most disturbed by all this.
Yeah, boss? When we took this job, I thought we were living out an adventure serial.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
But after what we saw in those labs, I don't feel like much of a hero anymore.
That's alright. You're doing something. Are you doing alright?
I can't stop thinking about that human testing facility. Even saying that out loud makes me sick to my stomach. I keep imagining what it must have been like. Locked up cages, pumped full of drugs. After they died, Spacer's Choice just processed their bodies, tossed them out with the garbage. Boss, I've seen animals at a slaughterhouse treated with more dignity than those people.
Well, I've seen worse. Byzantium had this thing called early retirement.
Thanks, boss. I was trying to forget about early retirement. I always figured Spacer's Choice was no different from Anti-Cleo or Rizzo or Hammersmith. They're all cogs in the same corporate machine grinding this colony down to dust. What we saw back there wasn't just corporate greed. It was pure evil.
Are you suggesting that they're not that they are different, in fact? Because we don't know what Anti-Cleos or Rizzos are up to. This whole colony's a 2-bit horror show, Felix.
What's that supposed to mean? The colony's hopeless, so we shouldn't try and change anything? Look, never mind.
That was the wrong
I
response.
just need some time
That's
to
not what I
sort all this
meant.
out. Thanks for listening, boss.
Alright, we'll talk later. I'll talk about the freebooters when you're not quite so agitated. I didn't think I was suggesting that we shouldn't do anything, only that I was only stating out the fact that this place is a 2-bit horror show. Let's get this portable phonograph. If I can. I'm not entirely sure how to. That's not pointing me at an exit, is it? No. Entirely sure I want to go past the cumin cubes. I think we're gonna have to go through the place that we sort of circumnavigated before.
Welcome, volunteers.
Jesus.
Here you will be demonstrating life skills.
Here we are. No, I don't.
As in any work environment, inattentiveness can have disastrous consequences. Any accidents will negatively impact your change. Welcome, volunteers, to the conference.
Sorry, Blakesley's talking over that. I'll re-listen to that in a second. I'm gonna head out. So, now let's just get to the chem lab. There is a,
Volunteers are expected to follow all instructions without
there is a quick way out of here. I'll listen to that on the ship.
failure to do so may result in immediate termination.
I don't think I'm going to the ship, am I?
Keep it up.
Shush, Blakesley. I'm not your friend at the moment. Oh. Okay, these guys are back.
Heads down.
We need to... hang on. Get my rifle ready. I'm gonna find a position and shoot these guys. Not the berserkers. Where's the crack shot? Okay, you're there.
Warmed up now. Captain!
Damn it! Get down. There we go.
Everyone all right?
Just about. You, not really, actually. Yeah. I don't know how that affects you, but it does. Ugh. Why do these guys respawn? It's like, I've killed a lot of people up here. You'd think they'd back down. Alright. Let me... It should be in here somewhere. It'll be in Codex, Gorgon audio logs, Dr. Ambrose, part 3, right?
I don't believe we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some thrilling mutations.
Thrilling.
Forearms, maybe? Or a second head?
Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Just turn it off.
Roscoe Clanton did not enjoy that. Okay, we've actually not got to go this way. Our best way would be to travel across the sort of bridges again until we get back there. But yeah, not good. Not good. None of that was good. And Ambrose knew about it. I'm still trying to figure out if Ambrose is trying to protect it, protect the research, or to in some way just... Why would she be trying... Why would she be trying? If she weren't trying to protect it, why would she be trying to stop me from learning about it? Surely she wants... If she opposes the research, she wants people to know about it so they can... So the information can be out there. So that adrenal can be avoided. Nah. Alright.
Here we go.
Okay. So I just don't know if that... Assuming I'm right in that is Ambrose. I just want to know what her game plan is.